Hello everybody, this is Eggplant. I just want to take you all on a little garden tour, little garden update. As you can see, these potato plants are just growing crazy. They're loving it. I've already got flowers. They say after your flowers bloom, the leaves will start to dry, turn brown, and you can pick your potatoes. So after flowers you have potatoes. Looks like the ground is pushed up here and there. I mounded a lot of that up, but look at how tall it is. Some of them are 2 foot, 3 foot tall. The pole beans are starting to flower. They're at the top of the trellis. Look at the day today. I mean, literally. Wait, there's a cloud. I was gonna say there's not a cloud in the sky. It's just a beautiful day. This is why we live in Maine. Get the most beautiful summers ever. They might not be long lasting, but they are just great. There's no humidity, there's a slight breeze. So I never got my trellis netting on this side. Things grew so fast that the peas are just kind of starting to rest against the greenhouse. The beans are looking good on the trellis. We'll have beans soon. So that is the new garden we put in this year that I called the lasagna garden. Now let's go out back and see the rest of the garden. This is Salanova lettuces that I started in this little garden. I just threw it there, kind of leveled out some chips, kind of a last minute thing. I had this planter laying around. It is starting to grow. They're a little smaller than the size of my hand right now, but very soon we'll have some beautiful lettuce. Out back, you can see this side of the garden's sunny. This side is still shaded. It is 2:30 in the afternoon. It is a very shady garden. Things that are cool weather crops do great down here. Things that are like cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers definitely need more sun. We're going to be building a garden out front of the house, out on the other side of the house soon, year or two. So bush beans looking good. I have some actual beans growing that I can start harvesting real soon. Some skinny purple ones in there. We'll let them get a little thicker. Some greens. And this is a trilogy. So there's going to be 3 different colors of beans here. Some purple ones coming in. Greens. I'm looking for the wax beans. It's almost like a yellow bean. Don't see any. They must be a little farther. Excuse me for the shakiness. Wax bean, they must be a little farther behind. The oregano starting to flower. Should probably cut those seed heads off. Some more beans crawling up. Cucumbers flowering. Got boxed out of sunlight by the beans. Kind of some bad timing on my part with planting. Finally, some here are starting to grow and climb high enough that they can see some sunshine. Got all kinds of flowers. I'll have some pickling cucumbers real soon. But you can see we're crowded by these big trees. Sun comes up right here, goes over here like this. And since I just cleared all those trees for my new breezeway and garage project, I'm getting a lot more sun down here in the afternoon. I never had afternoon sun over here on these plants. Okay, back to the garden. I'm having chipmunks enjoy my lettuce down here more than I am. I've been harvesting spinach. Here's a lot more spinach. I came down last night and just cut a whole bunch off the top. We have some kale, looking a little dry. Kale, different kinds of kale. The cabbage coming into it. Kind of, sort of starting to heads. Looking pretty good, getting a little damage from some bugs. Everything's organic here. I might spray them with some organic spray that I make. I may not. Still have some weeds coming up, going to flower. That's not good. But I've been harvesting the tops of these basil plants. We've been eating a lot of basil. Some Swiss chard coming into it. Chipmunks, birds, eating my beets. My beet greens, I should say. Been harvesting a lot of cut and come again lettuce. A lot of cheeseburgers with lettuce on them lately. Beets. Basil. Mixed in with some weeds. Little sweet purple Thai basil there. Purple basil. Zucchini plants starting to flower, starting to grow. Some more cucumbers here. I think these cucumbers are going to be fine. They're going to grow big enough to make cucumbers for me. I've got them in some tomato cages. And there was a mix up here. I thought these were yellow squash. Turned out to be cucumbers. So we're adapting. Here's some catsuo that needs to be planted. Little mini cukes. I had some water running today, but it looks like it did quite a splash. In this garden, the eggplants are still very small, too shaded. Onions, and then we have some beets here that are just reaching for the sun and aren't going to do anything. If you look, I don't see anything happening on those beets. They reach so far out of the ground, I don't know. that was pretty much a fail. Onions, I hope, will be all right. Another cucumber or squash. Looks like a squash. Hopefully a yellow squash. Now, finally, the peas. We have peas. Little peas. Bigger peas. Peas. So now I have not harvested any peas yet. But I know what I'm having tonight for a side dish. Some little snap peas. We have snow peas and sugar snap peas. All right, my last garden. Also, too shaded. My tomato plants growing very slowly. I do have some flowers on them. I will get a few tomatoes. Some beets that have been eaten either by the chipmunks or the birds. Some more spinach. See, the cool weathers, vegetables do fine. The lettuces, the greens. Front side, we have some fish peppers. Fish peppers are used to make Old Bay seasoning, so I thought I'd try them out. There's a few tomatoes flowering, so I may get some fruit off that. Some more fish peppers. These are California green bell peppers, still very small. Not sure I'll get much out of these. I still have 2 months of growth season, I guess. May get something, but yeah, this garden suffers from to get sunlight. But sometimes you just have to work with what you have, and this is what I have right now. We'll go say hi to the chickens. They're all pretty chill. Looks like everybody's huddled up, taking a nap. Hi, chickens. I usually like to go into winter with at least 8. So I have 8 now. And the reason I like going into winter with 8, so they can all huddle in their body heat. They won't get too cold. But they're enjoying a nice little shaded nap this morning. We've been getting quite a few eggs every day. I wouldn't say I'm getting 8, but I think I did get 7 the other day. Everybody's mellow yellow. That's the quick garden tour. It is July 7th. Beautiful day in southern Maine. Thanks for coming on my little garden tour with me. Not super impressive, I know. But for what we had to work with this spring, limited physical limitations. So I was cleared at physical therapy that I do not have to come in anymore. I graduated 3 months from physical therapy. My shoulder's doing pretty good. I'm still a little weak getting it up over my head, but this way, that way, and I've got all my strength. I just need to keep working on my strength overhead. It'll come. But for 3 months after surgery, I'm feeling great. Time to get back to work, pound some nails, build some houses, test this new shoulder out. But first, I have a daughter getting married. Probably about 2 weeks from now, 10 days. So we got a very big milestone in my family, and we are super excited. And I probably will keep that pretty private, being that I'm not the one getting married, my daughter is. And but I'll share the good news with you and let you see some of the excitement. It's going to be awesome. So as soon as this beautiful family event is finished, I will be tackling my garage and breezeway project a little more serious. I will be getting back to work, contracting some work. So wish me luck. Thanks for tuning in to the garden tour. Take care, everybody.